Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm doing my 6-month pregnancy update. First of all, how cute is this maternity shirt? This is from Pink Blush Maternity, and it's got scallops on the sleeves and on the bottom. Wait, can you? I'll show it better when I do my bump date. But it's just so cute. It's exciting to finally kind of be at the stage where I can actually wear maternity clothes, even though most actual maternity clothes fit like too big on me right now still, like just too wide. They kind of fit me like a big bag or tent or something. But yeah, anyway, let's get into my updates from this past month. In my last update, I mentioned that we had an ultrasound coming up, and it was gonna be like an extensive anatomy ultrasound. We had that appointment and we had like a little scare. So everything is fine, but basically they did the ultrasound, they measured like every part of his body and all this stuff. It was super like detailed, and from what we could tell, everything looked fine. She was saying like, oh, this looks good and this looks good, and oh, see that up there, that's this and that's a good thing. And so we just thought everything was fine. And then we go in the room to meet with the doctor, and she's like, well, everything looked good except for there is one area of concern. And my heart like stopped, because that's just not what you want to hear. And you're just sitting there like, what is she about to say? They weren't positive, but it looked like he had more fluid on one side of his brain than the other. And oh, it was just so stressful, because I didn't know what that meant. And she said like, some fluid is gonna always be in there, that's normal. You could just tell by the tone of the way she said it, like that ain't good. And oh, and then, okay, so then she says, well, the thing is though, like our equipment isn't as good as the equipment at OSU, which is in Columbus. I live in a small town, so it could just be that like ours wasn't as clear as theirs, and like they would have the more detailed look at things. It could have just been that the ultrasound tech didn't have it right on the exact right spot, and so it's just like a shadow or something. But I was already freaking out, because to me it just sounded like she was saying those things to like make us feel better. Wes was like, well, if that was the case, if there is more fluid, like what would that mean? And she said, I don't even want to tell you, because I don't want to scare you. Let's see if there's anything to worry about first. And I'm just like, ugh. Wes also asked her to write down what it was called, because she said what it was called, and it was this big long word. And she's like, yeah, I'll write it down, but don't Google it. And so of course I went home and Googled it. Anyway, thank the Lord above, everything was fine. We got into the OSU ultrasound thing the very next day, which was so lucky. And they said, everything looks fine. He's not even borderline, whatever that big long word is. So, oh my gosh, we were just so thankful. That was such a relief. I was telling Wes, like, I bet back in the day, pregnancy was more enjoyable, because you weren't just constantly like having all these check-ins. Like my mother-in-law, I think she said she didn't get a single ultrasound, and my mom only got one ultrasound. Also at the second ultrasound, well, actually at both ultrasounds, they said that he's measuring like right on schedule. He's in the exact 50th percentile. He's been kicking a lot, which is really fun, and like I never get tired of it. I just think it's so cool. As far as my symptoms, overall, I've been feeling really great. If you guys have been watching my channel for a long time, you might remember me mentioning that I have something called reactive hypoglycemia, and I've had it since college, like midway through college. Hypoglycemia is low blood sugar. Reactive hypoglycemia means that when you eat something, especially mainly something that's like starchy or sugary, a few hours later, my sugar crashes. I've noticed that lately it seems like that's getting more sensitive. I can tell like, oh, my sugar's getting low. So I've been like making sure that anytime I go someplace, if I'm not gonna be near food or have access to food, I just bring like something sweet, or just try to kind of keep something on me to keep it so that it doesn't drop dangerously low. Just trying to be really mindful of that, trying to eat plenty of protein, because protein kind of counteracts. In my last video, I was talking about how I still get really, really sleepy in the afternoons. And this past month, I realized that I think that might be connected to the reactive hypoglycemia. So I'm just trying to not eat carby stuff or sweets until later in the day. A weird thing about reactive hypoglycemia, if you don't know, is that you can eat sweets like at night. Like I could have dessert. I could have dessert after dinner and be fine. I don't know why that is. It's something about the timing of your blood sugar throughout the day. I don't know. This past month, I started noticing that if I eat a big meal, I get so uncomfortably full, I can't stand it. So that has also impacted the way that I have to eat. Even if I just eat like what I consider to be kind of like a regular size plate of food, I get so uncomfortably full. It feels like my stomach is just like stretching out. So I assume that's just because there's less room in there, so my stomach gets full quicker. I went a little buck wild when we went out to California. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that we did our, went on our baby moon just, was that last week? 2 weeks ago? I don't know. But we went to In-N-Out Burger twice, which is like, it's amazing. Thankfully, we don't have it here because I would gain 200 pounds. So I'm trying to get things in check because I don't want to gain too much. My headaches have gone away pretty much. I mentioned heartburn in one of my previous updates and I haven't had that anymore either. No nausea. I really can't complain about this pregnancy. Like I've really had an easy pregnancy, knock on wood. I mentioned in my last video about sleep being difficult. I feel like that's gotten better. I don't know why. I don't know if I've just gotten used to sleeping on my side more. I use the Snuggle. I feel like it is more comfortable to me now that I'm a little bigger than it was before. I still have the round ligament pains and I notice them like if I get up too fast off the couch or if I'm laughing really hard, which lately, I don't know, it just seems like Wes is always cracking me up, and when I laugh really hard, it like I can feel those little round ligament pains. So I'll talk about our baby moon a little bit. I'm gonna be posting a like travel diary video montage probably after this video. We went to Southern California. I was a little bit nervous, just, you know, traveling during flu season, being pregnant, but I was making it rain Purell, like on the airplane. I had Lysol wipes. I think the people that were sitting on the airplanes next to us thought we've had OCD. So thankfully, you know, we didn't get sick on our trip, and it went so well. It was just so nice. Like I love California. I love California so much. I feel like that was like where I was meant to be born, but somehow I was born in Ohio. The first night that we were there, I got the worst leg cramp that I've ever had in my life in the middle of the night. And I read that those are more common during pregnancy, but it was crazy. Cause usually if you get a leg cramp in the middle of the night, or when I've gotten them in the past, I can just kind of wait it out and it'll go away. This thing did not go away. My calf muscle was like spasming and I was just like, oh, I had to get up out of bed. I was like trying to rub it and stretch and stuff, and it would not go away. And Wes was like, what is going on? But anyway, that was the first night we were there. The whole rest of the trip, my calf muscle was sore from that like Charlie horse that I got, which maybe that's like not that uncommon, but that's never happened to me before, that a Charlie horse has made my leg actually sore. I don't know, it was intense, but I think it was probably just from flying that day and maybe not drinking quite enough water. I do find that I'm pretty easily short of breath these days, and even just like doing housework, doing things around the house, carrying the laundry up the steps and stuff, I'm just like, oh, I'm so tired. As far as weight gain goes, I've gained, it seems like it fluctuates so much. I think I've gained between like 15 to 20 pounds. I really think that's just because I went a little cray with food on our vacation, and then also when I got back, I kind of continued. I was still in that same mindset. So I think it'll kind of like go back down a little bit once I start eating like a normal human again. Yeah, I think that's all that I have to update you guys with. So I'll go ahead and do the bump shot. This is the bump for 6 months or 24 weeks. I feel like it has grown a lot since last month. But yeah, isn't this maternity shirt so cute? I love the little scallops at the bottom. So yeah, this shirt is from Pink Blush Maternity. I'll put a link below if you're interested in that. Thank you guys so much for watching this pregnancy update. I will be back for my next update next month. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at HollyCastoBlog, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.